welcome to today's video. My name is Lynda Gaiao, and today we're going to be looking at trait 11, ideas. When we are contemplating ideas, if you think about connecting into all the possibilities that exist in the universe, there are an infinite number of ideas, an infinite number of possibilities. Yet as human beings, we are here to go through an experiential journey. And this trait 11 of ideas is about having the time to pause, to have a peaceful moment, to reflect back on past experiences, on what you have been through the highs and lows of those experiences. And based on that, some type of concept, some type of idea emerges through that experience. And when we have these ideas, they are an opportunity, when invited, for us to be able to share those with others as a form of inspiration, a form of stimulation. And so those with trait 11 in their design enjoy being stimulated by the ideas of others and enjoy stimulating others with their ideas. When we think about the process of remembering, it is a selective and a subjective process, which ultimately means that when we think back to our past, we often really remember the things that we enjoyed or that we liked, and we have this tendency to leave the rest out. And so not only is it a selective process, remembering, it is a subjective process. So it's through your perception, through what you viewed, what you remember about that particular thing. And from that, there is some type of idea that emerges. And so when we're thinking about that particular process, we need to understand that ideas in and of themselves come and go. Today we may have one idea and the next day the other. And as these ideas come and go, they're not really based on facts, because it's a remembering process, it's a selective process. And therefore, they are just here for stimulation, for inspiration, but they are not necessarily a place to take action from. It is merely, when invited, the possibility or the opportunity to share our ideas, to stimulate others, to inspire others. But especially when we turn these ideas inwards as prescriptions for how to live our life, that we are more than likely going to experience a sense of suffering, a sense of disappointment, even maybe crisis in our life, because those ideas are not meant to be prescriptions for action. Ultimately, the only place to take action from in our lives is through our decision-making strategy. When we are aligned to something that is correct and healthy for us, that is an awesome place to make a decision from. Anything that's coming from the mental realm, which is really where ideas do come from, is not a place to take action. Yet, when invited by somebody else, you can really help somebody on their journey. You can inspire them, you can stimulate them, perhaps to look at something in a new way and have a new perception. This idea of being stimulated by others or stimulating others with your ideas needs to be a selective process, because we are not here for everybody. And this invitation, this request from another to share your ideas is really a doorway. It's an opening for you to then check in with your decision-making strategy. Is this somebody that I wish to share with, to share my ideas? Now, when we're looking at the shadow side of this, one can feel this pressure to share your stories, to share your ideas with anyone and everyone. And this becomes a dysfunctional way of sharing. And this is when people are not going to be receptive to ideas. They will no longer find them stimulating or inspirational. They may actually find them a bit intrusive, or as if you're pushing an agenda onto somebody. And so it's really important with all things in design to really allow the energy of a particular trait to be expressed in the way that it is designed to be expressed, rather than from a pushing or forcing or trying to make things happen space. The most effective way for somebody with trait 11 to enjoy this process is to merely delight or savor the possibilities of ideas and the ability to reflect on experiences and to see what ideas emerge from them. When you do that from that place, rather than needing them to be prescriptions for action, you're going to enjoy the process so much more. And when that opportunity arises for you to share those, they are going to come from a really authentic place. And you may even be surprised at how inspirational or how stimulating they can be for the other when that connection is correct. When we think about this memory process, the process of reflecting on the past and selectively remembering, leaving out what we didn't want and only extracting certain pieces and tapping into all the possibilities and an idea emerging from that. This reflective process is always based on the past. So what have we experienced and what do we remember from that? And out of those ideas that emerge, there can be this tendency here for us to translate those ideas into beliefs. And over time, those beliefs can become belief systems. And so I would caution you here, because an idea is something that comes and goes. Yet if you have formulated a belief from an idea and a belief system out of an idea, you may be trapped or limited in a very selective, subjective perception of the past, which you are now basing your entire life on through a belief or a belief system. Yet when you can really get into that space of allowing the ideas to be what they are meant to be an opportunity to teach others, to share inspiration, to share possibilities of life, the way that can really shift another's path can be quite amazing. So just allowing it to come out in the way that it's designed to come out. On the other side of trait 11 is trait 56, and if you do not have this in your design, you may feel this pressure to share your stories before the invitation comes in, or there's just almost like a desperate need to just share everything in a story process, and the receptivity of others to this is going to be limited if you are coming from this pressured place. So just watching that and see how that shows up for you. When we're thinking about trait 11 of ideas in terms of a business context, a person in your business with this particular trait can be a wonderful person to stimulate new ideas, new possibilities in the business. So when you know if someone has trait 11 in their design, asking them, what do you see here? What do you remember from the past? When we went through that particular process or that particular project with a client, what do you remember? What do you see from that? What ideas, what stimulating ideas can you bring forward? What inspiration, what possibilities? Or what can you teach us here from your remembering of that past? And so just watching how this person can potentially even shift the perspective of the people in the room, of the team, based on their ability to remember the past and bring through that stimulation. So as we're moving through this week, we all are going to have access to trait 11. And so what I'd encourage you to pay attention to watch over this week is what ideas are coming through this space. What do you find stimulating and what do you not? Who do you find stimulating and who do you not in terms of the ideas and the possibilities that they express? Are you able to wait for their invitation? Can you extend invitations to others to share their ideas? Are you transferring ideas into beliefs, into belief systems? Perhaps this is a time to reflect back on the past and where have you potentially created beliefs and belief systems from an idea that are essentially not serving you anymore, that are not really healthy for you, and where can you let go of that? Are you able to give yourself some time, some peace to reflect? Because this week is a great time to reflect on the past, on your experiences, on the ups and downs and the highs and lows, the shifting from hope to despair. How is that showing up for you in this week as you reflect back on your past experiences? I hope you enjoy exploring all the ideas and possibilities and inspiration and stimulation that the energy of trait 11 brings to us this week. If you have any questions about this trait, or if you have any stories to share, here's your invitation about the ideas that have shown up for you this week, then please pop those in the comments below. each week as the transits shift and as a new energy trait becomes active. I share a video about what that's about and what to look out for. If you would like to stay updated with when that happens, then subscribing to this channel will alert you to when a new trait becomes active. Until next time, I hope you have an awesome week. Bye for now.